All right, a heads up. This is really sheet metal under here, and this is very susceptible where the sway bar is on the Espada. That is hit so often. So first off, this is an M10 1mm thread, and with this you need to pretty much double nut it, put a socket on it, and then try and straighten it out because you can see how it's bent. So this is a vulnerability on Espadas, and if we switch over here, we're going to see this one in not too good a shape. In fact, you see the bottom of here had been worn away from grinding. So just keep that in mind, just a little tip on Espadas. Also, run a die on all four to get these to be in perfect condition when you start putting on that fine nut on here. So that's another little tip. Please do that, otherwise you'll have a tough time cross-threading. So then you double nut it here, put a socket on here that it's going to cover both of these, and now you're just going to have to work it. You kind of pull back as you pull forward, so you kind of keep this. Okay, you got a bracket here. You just start seeing how well it's going to line up, and not quite there yet. This one is pretty straight. Let's see how we do. Okay, that's it for this one. This might need a little bit more, so we're going to find out in a second. So hang on. Now this is what I was using as the guide here, but you know, as you can see, this was damaged. I straightened it out a bit, but it's not quite ready yet. I can put the bushing in, and there's just a little bit of slop. So I'm going to tighten this one up a little bit to the bushing so it fits real well, and then we'll see how well it fits here. So hang on. Okay, so I had put it in a vise and then firmed it up and, you know, checked it with the bushing in there. So now when we go to put it on, okay, so she fits on good. So we've got one down, a few more to go. Left side is going to need them both, so I went ahead. This one is straightened out, but this one is in a bit, so I need to pull it back a little bit. So let me see if I can do that just a little bit. You can kind of get an eye on it here when you can get this. I think that's pretty darn good. It might be difficult to All right, I think we're good. We'll try it out. All right, so we've got the sway bar on. Now you can see that this filter is so close to sway bar. The front sway bar needs to come off when you change the oil filter. So this is the most vulnerable part on the car. This seems to be the one that just gets smashed. And as you saw, the bottom area here is kind of a built-up sheet metal, so it can bend easily. So be careful on this. Make sure your threads are in good shape always. Always clean them before you put on some new nuts. Now on the shocks, springs tend to sag some. So I have a 1/4 inch spacer under there. That's about the max you can do with these conies. And that will give you maybe 3/8 of an inch more ground clearance. So a little bit might be just enough to save these brackets. So consider that. I will talk to you soon. Please like and subscribe.